What's up, everyone? It is Diecastbuffet here again. Guys, we have one of the most unique alternate paint schemes for Christopher Bell. This is the Dewalt Interstate Batteries Combo Toyota Camry. Really cool looking, low-key. Let's check it out. Here we go, folks, for today's Diecast review. The combo paint scheme for Christopher Bell. And low-key, I like this car. I don't know why. I'm not a huge fan of a lot of combo paint schemes. We've seen it throughout the years. You know, like a Kevin Harvick Mobile One Busch Beer combination. What a combo, Mobile One and Busch Beer. But I digress. This one, I don't know why, but it just looks cool, man. I mean, you got the Dewalt yellow, then you have this electric green lightning with kind of a dark gray charcoal background with even some like background lighting. A lot of detail here. The official name for it is the number 20 Dewalt Interstate Batteries 2025 Camry. And let's go ahead and pop it out of the box. And here we go, folks. Diecast, brand new out of the box. And look at this paint scheme. Wow. Is it pretty darn cool. The green and the yellow, I feel like it works really well with this paint scheme. And then the door number, is it still considered the door number, or is it like almost the front fender panel? But anyways, I like how the number's right between the transition there. So it kind of hides a little bit of the gradient there. Fantastic design work, man. You know, with two different distinct colors, it can be really difficult to make a paint scheme work with it. We've seen a lot of combination paint schemes throughout the year where they'll have a random logo on the hood that really doesn't match the rest of the paint scheme, or a side panel. I feel like they did a phenomenal job just really incorporating both, bold colors into one livery, and it looks fantastic. So let's go to the hood of the diecast here, fellas. We've got Dewalt right there. Bell in the front windscreen with a Toyota badge. You have the Toyota badge right there on the hood. Notice the yellow tint to the Toyota badge. I think they might have forgotten to put the color on there. It looks like it's kind of like a they deleted the color, so to speak, on the template. I could be tripping on that, but it definitely looks like it has a yellow sheen to it. Low-key, kind of cool. Camry right there on the front end of the diecast. Number 20 on the left side. Sunoco on both sides of the front valence with Joe Gibbs Racing there. You know, left side of the diecast, and the green is pretty darn bright. Not like fluorescent bright, but just bright enough that really makes this car stand out. And notice the new, logo placement of the Interstate Batteries logo. They changed it from 2024 to 2025. I got Mobile One right there on the rocker skirt. Racers, Ream, Dewalt, Interstate Batteries, and C. Bell on the driver name rail. Over to the B post decal, you have Toyota with the Joe Gibbs Racing logo, Cup Series on the front quarter panel, and Goodyear right there. Notice the yellow on the Dewalt is a little bit different for 2025. I mean, he's won so many races with the Dewalt car, so you see it a lot on TV. But anyways, it's definitely different than the Matt Kenseth era Dewalt. Yellow. So they changed that a little bit. And how about this back bumper here? So you have a two-tone spoiler with one side it's black, but on the back side of it you have that bright white. And then you have this just incredible lightning design across the back bumper. Fantastic stuff there. Got Interstate with number 1, Toyota, number 20. Got John 316. I am second. You got Toyota. Beautiful stuff here, man. Love the design for this car. When I initially saw it on track, I was kind of like, what an interesting paint scheme. I don't know how it's going to work. But seeing the diecast in hand, it just really, really works. And the Interstate Batteries portion of the car is heavily inspired from Ty Gibbs' 2023 Texas paint scheme, which was kind of like an alternate version of the Interstate Batteries car, where it was mostly like gray and black. Really cool version of it. Well, they brought that back for 2025, and at least it got made in the diecast form. It's been a fantastic year for Christopher Bell. 164 collector specifically, so many raced wins, so many alternate paint schemes. Finally, his diecasts are getting made. I feel like in 2022, 2023, a little bit more hit or miss, even 2024 to some degree. But 2025 really been, I think, the prime year of his diecast so far. The right side of the diecast here, you can see the very light gray lightning in the background and the green kind of on top. Just a lot of depth and detail to this paint scheme. Kind of reminds me of Kyle Busch's 2020 Zombies Skittles car, which is my favorite Kyle Busch paint scheme ever, by the way. Love that paint scheme. Saw it in person, and that's what it kind of reminds me of with the Joe Gibbs Racing kind of a dark gray paint scheme there. To the top of the diecast here, you have the number 20 with a guaranteed tough. Notice the bold font on the top, and then you have the italic font on the doors. Looks pretty cool. On the ABC pillar, you do have kind of the black to dark gray transition, so that's another layer of detail to it. Go to the back window of the diecast, you have your 2 shark fins there with the bell on the rear window. To the trunk of the diecast here, you have the faux contingency panel with all kinds of different logos, which is kind of interesting to see how all the teams move their contingency or smaller sponsor decals around the car. Like FRM, they tend to put theirs right here underneath the Cup Series logo. So very traditional to how stock cars were for many, many decades. But Joe Gibbs Racing, I've noticed they like to do it on the deck lid. They like to put their sponsors there. So you got Simeon's, Doosan, Sport Clips, Sherwin-Williams, Lincoln Welders, Mac Tools, and whatever that one is. I have no idea. Fantastic looking diecast, man. Very glad it got made. His normal Interstate Batteries car got made. Obviously, the normal Dewalt car got made. Then you have like all these Race to Win cars that have gotten made. They made a Mobil 1 car finally in 2025. That diecast is one of my favorite ones. It's really a shame the 2024 edition didn't get made, but at least the 2025 edition did. And it has been a great year for Christopher Bell collectors. So I'm going to show you a couple other diecasts here. I'm going to show you actually another Christopher Bell car. This is the Interstate Batteries car I was talking about, and how you can really tell the difference between both styles of the Interstate Batteries livery. You have the bright green with kind of the white lightning there with a limeish green background. And then on this one, you kind of have like the midnight version of it. But notice the door placement is very similar. So they didn't change that a ton. Everything else around the car naturally was different. And to me, I think it looks fantastic, man. I love how they went back to more of the lightning bolt design on the Interstate Batteries cars. I mean, who can forget the zebra paint schemes they had in the mid to late 2010s with Kyle Busch, those cars? I'm going to keep it a buck. I don't miss it. I really love the new Interstate Batteries liveries since 2020. And, you know, ironically, it's on the 20 car. And we're going to show, let's see, what else we have here in the box of diecast. How about this? We're going to show a couple other brand new 2025 releases. Got an Austin Hill Atlanta race to win. I mean, Christopher Bell, he won at Atlanta in 2025. That was kind of a surprise win, his first ever super speedway, you know, drafting win in the Cup Series. That diecast is available in the 164 scale. I believe the Coda win as well. Both of them are in the Dewalt cars. They got made in 164, so plenty to choose from. Then we also have the Ross Chastain Moose Chevrolet. That is another new 2025 diecast. And we got one more I'm going to show here. This is a Xfinity car. Corey Day in the number 17 HendrickCars.com Chevy. Currently the only version of the number 17 Hendrick Cars Chevy to actually be produced without any raced wear graphics or detail to it. So kind of an anomaly, if you will, especially with all the different named drivers that have driven that car the last few seasons. Thank you all for watching the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a blessed one. Diecast Buffet signing off.